The onslaught of romantic comedies doesn't stop as the big V-Day looms. A look at He's Just Not That Into You, a preview of The Watchmen, and some creative Valentine's Day tips are all coming up next on this episode of the Film Geek. Stopping by the set today is a very special guest, Mr. Gilley Aguilar, funny man extraordinary. Gilley, how are you?
I am good, Kyle, and thank you for having me. I love the set. I love this futuristic stuff. It's like, whoa, where am I? It's crazy.
I know, I definitely like it too. The blue set's definitely cool.
Yeah, it's awesome. Thank you, sweet cheeks.
Moviegoers were certainly into He's Just Not That Into You. The romantic comedy took over the first spot with $27.5 million taken in. Taken dropped to second. The latest creation from Tim Burton, Coraline, debuted at number 3. The Pink Panther 2 and Mall Cop rounded out the top 5. And that's a recap of how last weekend's movies did. And before we get started, Gilley, let's take a look at the very special, one-of-a-kind Film Geek rating system.
Let's do this.
The best rating movie can get is You Should Take a Date, pay full price, and buy the popcorn and Coke. After that, go to the matinee showing. After that, wait for it to come out on DVD. And finally, Gilley, if the movie's horrible, if it's terrible, if it's painful to watch, wait for it to come out on TBS.
But what about the new one that we've added for Valentine's Day, where if you really want to watch it, but you just don't have the money for your date, then you guys can stay at home, maybe bootleg it off the internet and watch it there with your girlfriend or boyfriend, spouse, partner, farm animal, however you get down. We don't judge here on the show.
Point well taken. Take a romantic comedy, add a touch of stars like Jennifer Aniston, Ben Affleck, Drew Barrymore, and others, mixed with an intertwining love story, and what do you get? Apparently a movie strong enough to take the box office by storm. He's Just Not That Into You has all of these ingredients and enough charm to light up the big screen.
You have no messages.
Were you obsessing, pacing back and forth, staring at your phone for days?
Maybe he lost my number, or is out of town, or got hit by a cab.
Or maybe he has no interest in seeing you again.
No guy actually wants to get married. And if they do, all they're really thinking about are all the women they're gonna miss out on.
I don't want to be with anybody else. I just want to be with Beth.
I'm married. I don't do this.
What if you meet the love of your life? Are you supposed to let them pass you by? So we're friends.
Yeah.
You know, you may be the best friend I've ever had.
From New Line Cinema comes a comedy about meaning what you say.
I gotta go to bed, though.
Is that an invitation?
What?
Without saying what you mean.
Oh, God, that was cheesy. I had this guy leave me a voicemail at work, so I called him at home. And then he emailed me to my BlackBerry, and so I texted to his cell. And now you just have to go around checking all these different portals just to get rejected by 7 different technologies. It's exhausting.
With all the star power on the screen, plus the cool story, you'd think this movie would be fantastic. However, the movie falls flat and becomes very predictable halfway through. It has some great love lessons and memorable funny moments, but like I said, it just falls flat. That being said, I'm just not that into He's Just Not That Into You. I'm going to say wait for DVD on this one, Gilley.
Good idea.
All right, the love stories are over. It's time for upcoming flicks. Now, many of us are familiar with some of the most famous superheroes of all time, Gilley. You've got your Superman, your Batman, your Captain America, your Captain Underpants. Okay, maybe so much not on the last one there. Captain Underpants helped me learn how to read, so it's near and dear to me. I know people might make fun of that, but I don't care. Watchmen may not be known as well to the outside world, but inside the comic book world, it's one of the greatest series known to man. It depicts an alternate 1985 in which we won Vietnam, Richard Nixon is still president, and superheroes exist.
Send a heartbeat to the boy that cries through you, the pale princess of a palace crack, and now the kingdom come, the world is lost and blown, and we are flesh and blood descendants.
shout, "Save us." And I'll whisper, "No."
This movie is a visual treat to look at. It's no surprise that Zack Snyder, the guy that gave us the Ultimate Guy movie 300, is the director of this one. Very interesting cast of unknowns, compelling story, and great underlying themes will make this a great one to go watch. Plus, some of the females in this one will make you completely forget about Wonder Woman or Catwoman.
Nice.
I definitely plan on taking a date, paying full price, and buying the popcorn and Coke. Watchmen comes out on March 6th. And it's time for What's New on DVD. Here's the lineup for February 10th. We've got W, Frozen River, Soul Men, and Nights in Rodanthia. It's a pretty slow week for releases, Gilley. Any of these movies are rent at your own risk. Good. With Valentine's Day coming up this Saturday, like many guys, I tend to do my Valentine's Day shopping on the 13th, usually at night.
And I like to do mine the day after Valentine's Day because everything's on sale and you get roses like really cheap. So that's how I do it.
So you buy your Christmas lights the day after Christmas, too?
Exactly, yes.
Okay,
yes.
Gotcha. Got you there. Now, ladies, you can be surprised what you can do with your backed up against a wall. I mean, seriously, some of the late night shopping stories I've seen, very cool. But in order to avoid that, my crew, Gilley, and I have put together a quick list of interesting and innovative Valentine's Day ideas. You can get your sweetie Henry the Love Gnome. Makes a great piece for her workspace. A control your man or woman remote. Now this kind of works like the one in Click, but remember Adam Sandler got into some trouble with this power.
That's right.
Love rats. What better way is there to get your lady more acclimated to these furry creatures? The Forever Bouquet, which is great because the flowers never die. And finally, Gilley, my number one pick, a Miss Army knife. Please note that the wine bottle opener is still included. And there you have it. Maybe not the best ideas, but certainly some innovative and kind of funny ideas. Now, Gilley, we all have our favorite romantic movies. I know mine's Casablanca. It's a timeless love story. What's yours?
Oh, Kyle, I am going to have to go with Where's Dookie Kanata?
Dookie Kanata, really?
Yeah, very timeless.
Very timeless?
I love it, yes. And it really helps with the ladies.
Really does. What did you think about the love story between Dookie and his wife?
That creeped me out.
Okay.
I had to take a lot of showers. I just felt dirty.
Do it for this episode of the Film Geek. I'd like to remind all of you that you can view all of CUTV's programming on YouTube. Head on over to YouTube and search CUInternetTV with no spaces. We've partnered with the Cameron Collegian to launch cunews.wetpaint.com. On the website, you'll find great news and content. Thanks to Jack Connor and everyone down at Carmike Cinemas for their help. The Carmike is bar none the best place to watch a movie. The crew here at CUTV also deserve a big thank you. All jokes aside, these dedicated individuals are the real reason we have a show to bring you each and every week. I also need to thank my special guest co-host, Gilley Aguilar, for stopping by today. So on behalf of Dr. Matt Jenkins, Director Michael Viget, and the entire crew here at CUTV, I'm the Film Geek, Kyle Luders, and we'll see you at the box office.